What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. And please hit that subscribe button, whatever platform you're listening to this on. And first, I just want to say thank you for those who have been listening. Thank you for those who have been subscribing. And if you're listening to this on YouTube, go ahead and hit that like button while you're at it. It's like walking into the room and hitting that light switch. We just want to go ahead and brighten up the place. And let's get into this conversation/reality chat. Guys, I've been thinking about some things, and honestly, I'm just going to get right to the point. Speaking about Real Housewives of Potomac and this toxic, in my opinion, second part of the reunion of the show, even though it was only for a few minutes, the discussion about colorism. I previously spoke about this in a previous conversation, and I just really couldn't stand how Gizelle was just really sitting there, just stoic, face just looking straight ahead at the camera. As she does, if you've noticed her pattern when it comes to her being checked, her being questioned, or her being uncomfortable if something is brought up about her that she doesn't want to discuss. Like, for example, when Monique was on her last season and she confronted Gizelle with the binder of facts about her, at the time, boyfriend, but ex-husband, Jamal Bryant, which we knew was just a storyline. But anyway, she never once looked in Monique's direction. And she never looks in the direction of anybody that is confronting her about something. She always just keeps a straight, funky face and is looking straight ahead at the camera. I've noticed that about her. And that's one of the things that just really makes me can't stand to look at her, because she is so fake. Well, when the discussion about colorism came up, she just really didn't care to hear anything about it. And, you know, Robyn isn't that much different from her in terms of the colorism conversation. And I feel even more so because Robyn is just more aloof than she just doesn't care. And Robyn also is just kind of like Gizelle's lackey. And so she follows suit with most of the things that Gizelle does, you know. But her being so stoic, just looking straight ahead at the camera, not really caring to have the conversation about it, even when Karen was speaking the facts about how colorism even became a thing. The thing that's really so sad about that when it comes to Gizelle is the fact that she has 3 daughters that more than likely have already experienced it. And if they haven't, they more than likely will experience it. Her daughters are beautiful. You know, colorism has nothing to do with someone's beauty. It's about how people just treat people based on the darkness and the shades of darkness, because there's different layers to it, of someone's skin. You know, I've spoken about Meghan Markle several times on my platform. And listen, I would be the first to say that I don't hate Meghan Markle. I don't like some of her ways. And a lot of the things that I just don't like about her is the fact that she makes herself out to be a victim. But her life has been, even though she is biracial people can experience colorism because there are some biracial people who have darker skin tones than others. Meghan Markle, she really just looks like a tan woman. She doesn't look like she is biracial, but she's also done some things to make sure that she doesn't really look biracial. And I've spoken about that, where she keeps her hair straightened. If you see her in her natural hair state, it's not like that, okay? But anyway, she has gotten a lot of her benefits in life because she does not appear to be biracial. She doesn't appear to have a black mother. I'm not saying she denies her black mother, but she knows that she's gotten through in life by not appearing to be black or not appearing to be biracial. Well, with Gizelle, I mean, we know that she's African American, but she presents as that fairer skinned person who has benefited from being on the other side of the spectrum when it comes to the lighter skin, darker skin playing field. Well, she has 3 daughters. All 3 of them present more like her ex-husband Jamal Bryant than they do her. Period. So the fact that she couldn't take a couple of minutes to even show any interest in it when her 3 daughters, this is a conversation that they may be having at some point in their lives, and the fact that she isn't having this conversation with them, we can clearly tell that she's not. It's just really sad. But even more so, I won't even say even more so, but on the other side of it when it comes to this conversation, because Gizelle is just a disgrace when it comes to anything of substance, period. She is a disgrace. She is someone who, more than likely, when she was in this church business that she was in with her ex-husband Jamal, she more than likely was walking around with her nose and, chin up in the air, thinking that she's above and better than the people who are joining to be members. And I've been in a church before where I never was a member, but I remember I was visiting this church. This was years ago. And the first lady, the wife of the pastor of the church, she was a lighter skinned woman like Gizelle. And I just, it was something about her. And she reminds me of Gizelle. She had that snooty appearance. She actually came to my business a couple of times to get some beauty services done, and she acted as if she was doing me a favor. And it's like, chick, I didn't ask you to come to my business. I didn't come to your church and ask you or beg of you to patronize my business. You said you wanted to get a service done that my business offered, and I provided the service, and you paid for it, and it's fine. But it was almost as if she was expecting me to give her special treatment. And when you hear special treatment, you can pretty much guess that I'm talking about monetary favors, where she either didn't have to pay for the service or got a really big discount for the sake of me having the blessing of her gracing my business and being able to perform services for her in my business. Girl, bye. And that's what I'm saying. It's the privilege of it all. Because I've visited churches before where the person was just really down to earth. I had a first lady of a church. I never went to her church. She was the wife of a pastor. She was a darker skinned woman, beautiful. She had patronized my business for many, many years on a very regular basis, never asked for any favors, never asked for, any discounts or anything like that. So to me, it's that thing about that air of superiority where you just feel that because you look a certain way and you have this certain title, you feel that you are better and above everybody else. And your crap stinks just like everybody else's. You're no better than anyone else. And so speaking of that, the privilege, the superiority, you're thinking you're better than everyone else. I asked this question and I'm just like, why does Robyn and Gizelle really hate Wendy? Now, I don't think Gizelle ever really liked Wendy, to be honest with you. I don't think she ever really liked Wendy. I previously spoke about this and I said, I feel like Robyn could have connected with Wendy on sort of a level where they're both mothers. They both have children that are in the same age range. Robyn, she has boys that are around, close to the same age as Wendy's older child, or maybe the older 2 boys, where they could have connected because they had met up for play dates and things like that. But listen, Wendy has everything that Robyn and Gizelle don't. And she is a darker skinned woman. So they, I feel, have this feeling within themselves that they deserve what she has. And how does a woman that looks like that, let's just, be honest. How does a woman that looks like that have a happy marriage, a happy household? She is, she's a career woman, to be honest, I mean, I'm not even saying Wendy is my favorite person, because I've said this before. She presents herself sort of like, pick me. If you remember being in school and picking people for, I don't know, like when you're in PE class and you're picking teams for kickball or something like that, and you don't want to be the last picked, and you're like, pick me, pick me, pick me. I feel that she wants to be with the in crowd, with the in girls, and I get it. She's a Nigerian woman who has pretty much lived her life to the esteem of what her parents have wanted her to have, more specifically her mother, because her mother has stressed that she needs to stay in the career field that she's in, when she had already made some waves about not really being happy in that. And her mom was just like, immediately, no, you need to keep being a professor. So I get it. She's trying to find her way. She's a woman of a certain age. And sometimes you start wondering, is there more for me? Or maybe is there something different that I should be doing than what I'm doing right now? So I get that. But even with all those things being said, I feel that she is above being in the midst of all of this drama, because this is what she would get if she wanted to be a part of the show. And she did. She wanted to be with the in girls. She wanted to be with the in crowd. So she really was trying her best to be impressive to Gizelle and Robyn, because, a few seasons back, when they were calling Gizelle out about her fashions and how she just really doesn't know how to dress, Wendy was giving her grace and trying to be kind, and I was just like, why are you doing that? But looking back on it now, it's the pick me thing. But at any rate, with all of those things being said, Wendy, she is happily married. She has, beautiful children with her husband. She is a professor. She is a political commentator. She has done a lot of things in her career, and she is successful. She is doing really well. Having this on her resume, it's another paycheck for her. It's bringing in more revenue, and it's also definitely given her more acclaim. More people know who she is. She's upgraded her body, and she's, having a little bit of fun. Okay, cool, But Gizelle and Robyn, to be called out by someone like Wendy about their relationships, because when the rumors started about her husband in the previous season, Wendy wasn't here for it, and she checked all of them. But to have this woman who is darker than them have the audacity to speak horribly about them, and checking them really about the relationships that are pretty much non-existent, it was a slight to them. It was offensive to them. How dare you? We are fairer skinned. We have green eyes and blonde hair. And you, on the other hand, are dark. Your skin sometimes is shiny because of all the oils that your skin is producing. Guys, look, I'm an esthetician, so I know what it is. It's the oils that keep the skin youthful, okay? I know sometimes it can present on television and on camera as a nuisance, like, oh my gosh, she's shiny. Well, that's what's keeping that skin tight, okay? As a blessing. But anyway, that skin is producing those oils. It's keeping that skin youthful, as well as that melanin that Robyn and Gizelle don't have. So the cracks and the lines and the wrinkles and all of those things are things that they have to really fight and combat more than Wendy's going to have to. And because of the stress and the anxiety and all of the things that they're going through in their non-existent relationships and all of that good stuff, and Wendy having a happy home, they're going to have to fight the hands of time more than Wendy is going to have to. They hate Wendy. They really do. And it's funny for us because of the entertainment factor that we are sitting there watching this, but it's also sad and disgusting at the same time when you really see that even though this so-called reality show, a lot of it is not real, but the reality, the realness is that Gizelle, she is oblivious and uncaring to the fact that the colorism conversation that came up was really important for her to listen to because she has 3 daughters. Check that out. 3 females, 3 daughters. And yeah, I'm not saying, colorism doesn't affect males, men. It does. But it is more so, I believe, females that have to deal with it. You don't really hear a lot of men speaking about colorism. You just don't. So I just think that is just really messed up, that Gizelle is so oblivious to that. Even Mia, of all the people, even Mia sat there and said, I hear it and I definitely understand, and it's important to me because, I'm raising a brown baby girl. Even with Mia saying that, Gizelle was just like, can we move on to something else? Like, next subject. Good. Now we can talk about something else. I was like, dang, you made even Mia, of all the people sitting up on that stage, you made even Mia look like someone who is more in tune with what's going on in the subject at hand than you. And seeing how selfish she is, honestly, that doesn't even surprise me at this point. But I just wanted to talk about that, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you so much for subscribing. This is Beth, and I'm just being beautifully honest. So until the next time, I just wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.